Alright, so many of you who have been following my channel might be wondering what happened to the part 2 of military grade pins. Well, 5 months in AP and they still hadn't dissolved. So it's been all this time trying to dissolve them so I can finish this video, and I've just had to carry on as they are, so you'll get to see now. Alright, so carrying on with these gold pins, normally you would put your hydrochloric acid into your beaker and then you would add either some copper 2 chloride, some old AP, or your peroxide. I've gone around the other way because I've got a whole pile of AP stored. I've just gone into the barrel and poured some into here. As you can see, there's a bit of AP on the side. Now I'm going to put some hydrochloric acid in. I've got the air stone. I've got an air stone on the end of the hose, just to make sure that, firstly, to weight it down, but also to, you know, create the little bubbles instead of just big bubbles coming up. I'm going to put the pins in. When I tried using AP once before, and a couple of videos back, I had all sorts of problems, and I was using just my old AP. Now you can use old AP over and over and over, but it seems that maybe mine is so concentrated that it didn't want to work. So I'm going to add predominantly my HCl with just this little bit of old AP. That's probably even too much. Pull my pins in gently so I don't break the beaker. Okay, now for HCl, as long as I add more than twice of what's there, I think we should be laughing, and that's a lot. Surely that's going to be plenty. Surely. If need be, I'll add some more down the track. But for now, that's got to be enough, plenty, surely. Everything here just gets covered in dust. I don't know why. Let's make it look a little bit more presentable. Luckily it was stored that way and not this way, so I know it's only dirty on here. So that should fit nicely there. Bring this around to the spout. Right, so now I'm going to plug that in and put it out of the way. It's not in my way. Put it over here. Put the pump in here. And plug this in. Some old mess of wiring just here. This plug is so corroded and rusted, I'm going to have to give that a bit of a clean up. I'll be back. Alright, so I've got the pump working, and I'm not sure how you can see there's bubbles coming up. So it's not like a whole lot of air, but I think it should be enough just to circulate and keep oxygen in the liquid, which is all it really needs as far as I'm aware. So that's going to stay there now for I don't know how long, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it takes. And we'll be back. And today is 1 week that this has been in AP, and I don't see any difference in the pins at all, but 1 week isn't much. It's probably going to need 3 or 4 weeks, I'm guessing. Oh, now I've stopped it. Alright, I'll have to figure this out. Okay, so today is either week 2 or week 3, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's week 2, I'll have to check my footage. I put another 200 mils of hydrochloric acid in there just to make sure that, you know, in case it needed more. And I gave it a stir yesterday. It was all clumped hard at the bottom again, and I thought, oh Christ, no, why is it doing that? But then it all loosened up and I was able to turn it all around. I did see a few gold flakes, but nothing like I thought would be after this time. The bubbler's been going 24/7, but it's only, I say it's been a couple of weeks. We'll do a couple more. A month is what I keep getting told that is good enough, so we'll see what happens. Now, today's week 3, having the solution hopefully dissolving the pins. I gave it a stir. I still can't see any difference. There's still big chunks in the bottom. Today is week 4 and there's no difference. Everything down the bottom is still there. There are some gold flakes, but by now I would have thought all that would be dissolved, and it's not. So I'll leave it a bit longer. Now it's April, May, June, July. It's 4 months and it's almost August, so nearly 5 months these have been in AP for. And as far as I can remember, yep, there's still pins in the bottom. Now this has been regularly topped up with new HCl, so it can't be saturated, and it's also been on heat sometimes, and it's also had a bubbler this whole time. This is exactly why I don't like using AP. You can see there's pins down there. There's a hard batch of it all stuck together, which I'm trying to pick up with the glass rod. You see it moving around here, it's just can't quite get it to come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter these off, get whatever gold I can, and just be done with it. There's nothing's happening to these pins. I don't know how people succeed. Every single time I've tried using AP on pins, it never works. So I'm just going to try and filter it, get what I can, and I'll let you know. Now that I've poured the solution off, you can see what I mean. There's gold in there, still stuck to the pins. And I think the only way I'm going to get that out is to dissolve it in nitric acid, which is going to use a lot of acid. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well have done it from the beginning. You see, there's no attempt to dissolve all that metal. After nearly 5 months with an air blower going on it and topping it up with HCl, there's no reason that shouldn't have been dissolved. And even putting it on heat sometimes. And any time there was a sunny day, I put it out in the sun. It's just ridiculous. So there's too much gold to just leave, even though it doesn't look like much, but I'm going to have to dissolve it. I've got no choice. Use a ton of nitric acid just to get rid of it for a little bit of gold. But it's a little bit of gold, but it's too much to leave, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'll do now. I'll put some nitric in there and dissolve it all. I've had it boiling for a couple of hours. Just had to put some more nitric in because the reaction stopped. You can see the gold foils floating on top there. I'm in a pickle because, like I said, there's not enough gold there really to warrant the acid, but there's too much gold to let go and just throw away. So just to finish this video off, I'll just use it with acid and basically show you guys that I don't think it's worth using AP on pins. Boards is a different story, but I just don't have any luck with pins. I'll show you once it's finished. After using a crap load of nitric acid to dissolve those pins, all I was left with was a tiny amount of gold flakes. I mean, it looked like a lot, but there's really not much, and certainly not enough to refine after I've just used all that acid anyway. So it's going to go into the next time I dissolve gold, I'll put it in that. It's just not worth spending any more acid on. So in summary, my message to you guys would be, be careful if you're going to buy military gold pins, because as impressive as they looked, they're not all that special. I don't believe they're all copper pins. I think they're mostly brass. Brass has zinc in it, and zinc makes that awkward sediment at the bottom, and like with a whitish coloured, light bluey type sediment, and it's just really hard to get rid of. Not enjoyable to do. I'm glad they're finished and over and done with. I won't be buying them. I didn't buy those anyway, but I won't be in any hurry to do them again. So there's nothing to show you, just a light amount of gold foils in a filter. It's not even worth showing you. So I'll leave it there. Just be careful if you're going to get them in the future. As good as they look, they're not that good. So hope you enjoyed watching this video, and look forward to showing you the next one. See ya.